What's up, guys? Soapbox Prepper here. I'm going to do a quick video on my ideological stance on gun control. Yeah. So you're looking at a Crosman 760 Pumpmaster, and this is what created my spark and interest in guns. I got my first pellet gun when I was 4 years old. And it really taught me the basics on firearm safety. You know, always treat a weapon like it's loaded. Always make sure that it's unloaded before you bring it inside of a building. Or always point it in a safe direction. You know, all the basic firearms rules. And if you watch my channel, if you're one of my subscribers, if you're not, go subscribe. But if you are, you know that most of my videos relate to firearms. They're firearms related. So this is what started my gun love, my love of firearms. Back when I was about 6, I started shooting 22 rifles, and I think I shot a 22 handgun back when I was 6. And with my father. And when I moved up here to Idaho, I started shooting my grandpa about once a month. Me and my brother used to go out to the shooting range when nobody was there, pop off some shots at some empty cans or some targets or whatever. Clay pigeons mainly is what we used to shoot because we used to go pick them up from the trap range. And with a little 22 Chipmunk, if you're familiar, I think Artisan Tony auctioned off a Cricket, which is it's a little bit bigger, bigger brother to the little brother to the Chipmunk. And when I was 10, I got my first gun. When I was 10 years old, I got my first gun, and it's this. It is a Marlin. I think it's a Model 14 Youth model. Sorry for the bumpiness. I'm gonna turn it a little bit. Model 14 Youth. Great gun. Right now, it's configured for my trapping setup. I use it for trapping. 22 long rifle. It's got a 16-inch barrel, one shot, no magazine. And I got this from my father for a Christmas present. And in my almost 12 year, let me see, about my 16 years of shooting, I think it would be 17 years of shooting. I've shot guns for 17 years. Rifles mainly, and I've never had a negligent discharge. Never had never shot anything that I wasn't supposed to shoot. Never shot anybody's personal property, car, house, whatever. And I've been a responsible gun owner my entire life. And I don't understand what gets in these people's heads that they want to go and, I don't know, 15 minutes of fame and be on the news, I guess. But I think the first step to gun control is teaching your kids how to safely and properly manage a firearm. And when I first got my BB gun, if I ever shot anything that I wasn't supposed to, or broke like any windows or anything, which I never did, I knew there was going to be repercussions. I knew I was going to get in trouble, and I'd probably get my ass whooped or something. Same with a 22. I've known not to point a gun in someone's direction for most of my lifetime. And maybe I'm so ingrained with firearms that I don't know. Maybe I think differently than other people. And I think it's stupid that whenever pardon my language, but any dumbass goes out there and makes random act of violence in a public place, mainly gun-free zones, that they always come up to, oh, we need to make an assault weapons ban. We need to ban, you don't need 10 or 30 round magazines. You don't need 50 round magazines. You don't need 15 round magazines or 20 round magazines. You can only have 10 rounds. And in New York, you can only have 7 rounds. Personally, those big city congressmen and senators and all those people that want to pass these gun laws, they don't understand where I'm coming from. I live in the mountains. I walk on trails, I hike and camp on trails where there are bears, grizzly bears, black bears, brown bears. There are elk, there are moose, there are deer, which elk, moose, and deer aren't really a problem to you. But there also are wolves and coyotes and rabid animals, badgers, cougars, everything in the mountains that if you don't have 10 rounds, you're not going to take it down, no matter what you have. If I have my lever action, which it gives me 7 rounds, it's a good chance that I might take it down, but it's going to get close. That's the main thing. And I like having a semi-auto in the woods for my own protection. I like having a semi-auto in my house for my own protection. Hell, I like having a handgun that's semi-automatic for my own protection and while I'm concealed carrying. Doesn't matter. You don't know what my comfortability is. You don't know what I am facing on a day-to-day basis. I could be in the hood in LA. I'd want a 15-round magazine if I was in there too. A standard capacity magazine for a Glock. I just think that these people, before these people pass these laws, they need to put themselves in perspective and think that responsible gun owners don't go out and commit these random acts of violence. Anyways, that's my point of view. I may sound crazy for saying that, but whatever. I'm Soapbox Prepper, and I'm out.